I've listened to the people, and now we have more of the GOAT, Shonenverse. Luffy Soul's your favorite anime. Is that true? I think it's cap. He's not being a Naruto verse. And let's check it out. What? What the? Okay.
So the first time we talked about Naruto, now we are talking about
bit.
Luffy soloing your favorite anime
Yeah,
verse.
Luffy
Now, before I get
soloing
into
my
this, you
favorite
guys
verse?
already know that
I
when
don't
we're
know
talking
about that.
Soloing anime verses, I like to go
I
off
don't know
of the
about
Madara
that.
versus Shinobi Alliance style. Can you destroy everybody all at once? We are not running
Especially
the gauntlet
all
here,
at
and
once
I will
is
be
insane.
using Luffy's manga form. If you don't know that form,
Bro, you
back
can
out of
bring
the
it
video
form,
right
doesn't
now.
matter.
We are going to be using Luffy in Gear 5, Sun God Nika Luffy. Let's just get right into it. So we have our chart here. Cry if Luffy solos your verse by Curse Yuta _ on Twitter. Show them some love. First up, Naruto. Smiling, he's chilling, he's having a good time.
Okay.
Is this the right choice? Because we already know Luffy is not soloing the Naruto verse, okay? There's obviously going to be
Okay,
a bunch
so he knows. He knows. Let me go back. So everybody in the back hears this. Luffy does not solo Naruto, and vice versa. Naruto does not solo Luffy. That's okay. It's okay to, to come to a little consensus or agreement. Oh my goodness. Nothing set up.
characters in the Naruto verse that can box with Luffy, even if he's in Gear 5 form. Because again, I'm looking at it like Madara versus Shinobi Alliance. If Gear 5 Luffy is pulling up and attacking all the Shinobi all at once, there's going to be trouble coming Luffy's way.
Bro's gonna
because
get
when I'm looking at Gear 5 Luffy, he's going to need time to rest at some point. But again, we also know there's gonna be some characters that are getting packed up, especially a lot of the Konoha 11 that have
everybody that's not, it's Naruto. Everybody that's not Kaguya, DMS Kakashi, Naruto, Sasuke. If you want to count Obito, like Jubito, I think Luffy could be Jubito, to be honest. But besides, like, those other people existing at the same time, he's not going to beat them.
Dropped off. We do know that the way the Naruto verse is looking right now, it is very
like
top
5
heavy.
characters.
You're looking at your Naruto's, your
6.
Sasuke's, and obviously your Ten Tails, Obito, and Madara,
Yeah, that Obito I was talking
and
about.
all of these people top tier all around. But once you start getting out of the top 10,
yeah, here's one thing I can't say about One Piece. They have a bunch of strong characters. And Naruto, on the other hand, it's a handful of strong characters. The rest are just actually fodder. So
15 of Naruto, you really start to fall from grace. I mean, you're looking at Kiba and Tenten and all of these people.
Don't you dare. I collect the other slide. Alright? But don't you dare come out the god Tenten. You know how fast she was moving against Tamari? Stop playing, bro.
Konoha 11, who
I will not take that disrespect.
Definitely are not keeping up with Gear 5 Luffy right now. If there's a Konoha 11 gauntlet, I'm telling you right now, Luffy is packing up around 75% of the Konoha 11. He is just that lethal. And one of the biggest things that the Naruto verse is going to have to look out for when taking down Luffy is the fact that his Devil Fruit Awakening is able to change the environment as well as change their own body. We've seen Luffy literally jump roping with Kaido. This means that if he is able to grab a Susanoo, he's able to...
Yo, turning Kaido to a jump rope is mad disrespectful. If I was Kaido, I would not let that slide. And I don't think he did let that slide either. I could be wrong about that.
Grab a Kurama cloak. He can literally change their body. Even if Madara is in 10 tails, he's still gonna have a difficult time trying to figure out how to navigate Luffy. But when I'm thinking about the Naruto verse going up against Luffy, I'm thinking about the True Seeker Orbs and I'm thinking about the Kamui. I think those two things.
That's why I think Luffy can't solo Naruto, is because True Seeker Orbs, the numbers, because of Naruto, he can make a bunch of Shadow Clones. Wait, what did I say? The True Seeker Orbs, the numbers, the Kamui, just like the hacks in general. There's way too many hacks in Naruto for him to deal with at once. Like, there's way too many. Because there's a plethora of options that have to stop Luffy. There's sealing, there's ripping his soul out, there's more sealing, there's obliterating him with his True Seeker Orb, sending him to a different dimension. Come on, it's too much.
Definitely going to stand out against Luffy, and obviously he's not going to end up clearing the verse. Next up, we have Natsu. He is smiling, he's chilling.
Bro
he doesn't look like he's worried.
Bro, on TikTok, the Fairy Tail defenders are, bro, it is insane. They kept saying that Natsu was like universal or like even planetary, which is outrageous. My man Natsu is not him. Not like that. He just has sex. That's all. That's all it is.
That all that Luffy has pulled up. I agree, but I do think it depends on how you factor in Haki versus Magic. Because if we're going to treat Haki as an ability that can stop Devil Fruits as well as Magic, if we're able to make that happen, I do think that Gear 5 Luffy is going to be knocking out a lot more people than usual in the Fairy Tail verse. But again, there's obviously characters in the Fairy Tail verse that have access to Fairy Law. You can even look at Natsu that was boxing against Altair, who had multi-dimensional attacks. We already know that Natsu is one of the greatest dragon slayers in the verse, has insane fire magic, can eat fire and all of these things. Luffy has also boosted up his speed.
He's not eating rubber punch though.
Grab lightning in his battle against Kaido. But again, you have Laxus, who's obviously a lightning user. You have Gildarts that can go crazy. You have Urza, who actually is probably the most versatile character in the Fairy Tail verse.
So
has
hard,
armor for almost everything. Was boxing with Irene, and we know Irene goes crazy as well. And mind you, we're not even talking about Fairy Heart Zeref yet or Acnologia. So clearly the Fairy Tail verse is going to be okay. Next up, we're looking at the Bleach verse. We are looking at Ichigo.
I'm pausing right here. Ichigo, his spiritual pressure alone fodderizes Luffy. Ichigo is way too broken.
He's not worried. This pick is actually correct. The Bleach verse scales much higher than the One Piece verse, but there are some opponents that would have to watch out for Gear 5 Luffy. If we're going to use the gimmick of the fact that they are Shinigami, so Luffy wouldn't be able to see them, I mean, if you want to go that route, then I guess in theory Luffy would have no shot. But if we remove that cheese element from the versus battle,
I see so many arguments like, oh, well, he's a Soul Reaper, so you can't see him. I'm like, bro, come on, bro.
I do think that Luffy can still keep up with a lot of the people in the Soul Society. Luffy, again, in Gear 5, as I've been saying before, can change the environment around him as well as the opponent's body. That's going to be very, very tough because
also, I'm gonna say one thing. I had a video I made about me reacting to like these anime TikToks. I was gonna upload it, but I was like, I don't know. But there was this one thing where Luffy grabbed this man Naruto's Rasengan and dunked on him. Is that even possible? Because it was shown that he can grab lightning because he's rubber. Could he even grab a Rasengan? Because that might be a stretch. I know it's for entertainment and it was funny. Yes, it was funny. And mad disrespectful because bro got nuts on his head. But is that possible in the first place? Let me know.
In the past, there are certain characters that were struggling with Aizen's manipulation, obviously with his Zanpakuto, and I do think that Luffy has an ability that will be able to not really manipulate the mind, but he can manipulate their bodies.
I remember the bout art.
Physical, and that still will cause a big issue for certain characters. But again, because I'm looking at it in the way of a Madara versus the Shinobi Alliance, that means Luffy is just dropped into the Bleach verse and he's going to be attacking everybody. There's no way he's making it out. Just the mere combined spiritual pressure of a Yamamoto and an Ichigo would be problematic for Luffy. But could Luffy's Conqueror's Haki counteract spiritual pressure? If that does work, that does mean that there are some characters that would still have to look out for Luffy. Next up, you see here Midoriya, he's crying, obviously.
Okay, this is a joke. Whoever made this thing and put Deku there, bro, come on. Pre-time skip Chopper is clearing the verse.
See, representing the My Hero verse. I agree with this. The My Hero verse stands absolutely no chance against Gear 5.
No chance.
I know there are certain characters in the My Hero verse that have some interesting quirks. I believe that if you're looking at Eri, who has the ability to rewind time,
bro,
also have Lemillion, aka Mirio Togata, that can phase through objects and things. Those characters out there that have interesting quirks would be tough for Luffy if he's not ready for it. But I think that
just said tough for Luffy, bro. Those random regular high schoolers, not okay.
Because Luffy has access to future sight observation Haki, he would be able to use precognition for those characters' attacks. And I don't think there's any character in My Hero that has
a single character.
He has Conqueror's Haki infusion, so the Haki is going to be going into their bodies, destroying everything. Deku does not have the ability to really hold 100% full count.
Even if he did,
as much as we know. So I still believe Luffy can get the job done. Fighting everybody all at once would be tough, but we've seen Luffy box against armies before by himself, like Big Mom's army in Whole Cake arc. It's not going to be easy for him, but he's winning. Asta from the Black Cloververse, he's smiling, bro. He's not worried.
I was scrolling through TikTok like every morning. I was watching I stumbled upon a debate live stream. It was between, I think it was Luffy and Asta. This guy kept saying Asta clears his whole entire verse, which is crazy talk. He kept saying, well, Asta sliced a star in half. It turns out it wasn't an actual star. They kept saying, Asta is massively, massively faster than light. I'm like, okay. You're Cap. That's Cap. Cause Asta is not him. I stopped reading the manga because to me it got boring, so I don't know. But it's like, dude, there's one way you have Asta clearing the entire verse of One Piece.
Is that right? Wild. Similar to Fairy Tail, I believe that we have to discuss Haki versus Magic. But for the most part, Luffy is definitely going to be losing here because I believe that the Black Clover verse has a lot of arcane and anti-magic users that would definitely make it tougher for Luffy to fight against. Luffy fighting against opponents like the Dark Triad or even Asta that have access to demon magic, and then him having to keep his own energy up.
Bro said the Dark Triad. The Dark Triad's not that strong, bro. In their verse, they're really strong, but like outside every other verse, no. Not at all.
Entire battle, it would be nearly impossible. And I didn't even discuss Dorothy's dream world. How is Luffy getting out of Dorothy's dream world? Again, that's going to be similar to a Kamui type situation in Naruto.
Okay, wait, hold up. I literally forgot all about that character. That's how relevant this show Black Clover is. I forgot about this whole entire character. And that Destiny Cat. Okay, wait, hold up. That changes. Okay. So maybe he can't slow Black Clover.
So you have Vanessa, who has the ability to change fate, but there are a lot of characters that would definitely get packed up. A lot of the Black Bulls, believe it or not, are getting packed up.
I said there's two characters. Two characters, Dorothy and the cat.
Luffy, because he can manipulate them, he can manipulate their attacks, their bodies. Luffy in that form is really defying the law of physics as we know it. We've literally seen Luffy running on air. Luffy's gonna be using techniques and using things that are very unconventional. Everybody's not going to be prepared to box against Luffy. So because of that, I do think a lot of the Clover Kingdom lower tier characters are gonna be getting packed up by Luffy, but as he starts to move up to the arcane mages and the captains and all these things, it's gonna get even tougher. And we didn't even talk about the Spade Kingdom or the Heart Kingdom or anything like that.
They're
I
irrelevant.
do think he would lose. Luffy against the One Punch Man verse. I still stand on the fact that I believe the One Punch Man verse is very, very top heavy. Is Luffy soloing the verse? No.
Absolutely
when you're looking
not.
At characters like Saitama and those.
He'll beat Genos though, because Genos lose every single fight. Oh wait, no. Luffy will lose to Moomin Rider.
Two sides.
Okay, I apologize. That was
crazy. Obviously going to be able to defeat Moomin but Rider. Luffy's Gear 5 form does make it a little shaky for the rest of them because he can change the environment. We've literally seen Luffy use the ground to ricochet Kaido's attack back to him. What makes you think that Luffy cannot pull up that same feat in the One Punch Man verse or any of these other verses? Even if you're bringing up Bang, I still think Luffy can beat Bang. I need my Saitamas, your Cosmic Fear Garos, and people like that. Because again, this is not strictly power. We are talking about packs. We are talking about their abilities going up against each other. Next up, you see Tanjiro crying, and yes, this is the correct emotion. Not really much to say here.
I kid you not. Toddler and Luffy is clearing the whole entire verse. They're just not regular humans. They're slightly stronger humans that happen to have some demons in it. You know, it's like a normal world. Like, come on, man.
Here, other than the fact that if Luffy stopped into the Demon
Slayer
skip over verse, I mean, mere Conqueror's Haki would just make a lot of the people pass out. I mean, it is what it is. A lot of these characters cannot keep up with Luffy currently in their state. I know it has been stated that Luffy's Devil Fruit is pretty much working at a disadvantage in sword fights, as we've seen when Luffy was
it does not matter. Come on now.
Running away from Mihawk. But these Demon Slayer swordsmen are not Mihawk to me. They're not even like Mihawk, so there's really nothing for Luffy to really worry about. And a lot of the top tier demons can only box in the night anyway. Next up, we have the Fire Force verse. We see Shinra there. Now, I'll be the first one to say that I do not know all the feats on the Fire Force.
I don't know the feats either. Apparently, I hear that. Is it Arthur? That dude's really broken. Same with Shinra. Shinra's like God or something like that. So I give it to them because that sounds.
But I have heard that Shinra's power level is way up there now. I've heard that Shinra should be in the conversation with people like Goku and people of that nature. Is that true? I cannot tell you for sure.
And it's like, how did I even progress to that? Because the first season, I didn't finish first season all the way, but it didn't seem like they were gonna get to like Dragon Ball tears. Like, what happened? How?
I will say, even if we do not take manga Shinra's form, I do believe that the Fire Force verse is still going to be problematic for Luffy because Shinra can rewind time. There's so many different fire type users that it would just be too powerful, too much going on for Luffy to really keep up with. Yes, Luffy does have
from firefighters to...
but even if he's able to see the future, would he be able to react to Shinra, who can move faster than the speed of light? I have not seen Luffy pull that off really, and I believe the Fire Force...
What?
Who can move faster than the speed of light. I have not seen Luffy pull that off really, and I believe the Fire Force verse out of a lot of the charts here are really great at teamwork. So I do believe that if Luffy is able to separate the second generation power kinetics from other people, I think those situations would definitely be advantageous for Luffy. But Luffy's not really going to know anyway.
She's down bad.
Verse. So him being there, he's still going to take the L. And last but not least, you see Gon here. He's representing the Hunter x Hunter verse. He is crying. Is that the right thing? I'm gonna say no. And the only reason why I am saying no is because there are some characters
what do you mean
cheese Nen abilities in...
Bro, that verse is actually fodder. Cheese or no cheese, they're all getting speed blitzed.
Hunter, Nanika, Aluka. As we know, Nanika has the ability to grant wishes, but Nanika can also destroy everything. Nanika can destroy your family members, people that you know. Nanika is just super cheese, but there's also some characters from Baby...
Okay. So when you put it like that, Conqueror's verse.
The Dark Continent, some characters in the manga of Hunter x Hunter that have some strange abilities that will be able to take down Luffy as well. I do think that Luffy is stronger than the Hunter x Hunter verse, but there are some hacks, there are some weird abilities out there in Hunter that will be able to stop Luffy. Now you guys let me know down in the comment section.
Then she's not gonna kill him, so that's the thing, because she only listens to Killua. So if Killua doesn't tell her to, hey, kill this rubber boy, you know, she's not gonna do it because she only listens to Killua.
Below, which verse do you agree with or disagree with? I think this chart is pretty accurate. The only conversation that I think should be had is with the Hunter x Hunter verse, but other than that, you...
Okay, so Cry of Luffy Soul's your verse. The thing I'd change, right? So these two are correct. Gon, and I forgot his name. Gon, Tanjiro, Deku. I'd also put Natsu up here as well. He should be whining. And maybe Black Clover. Yeah, maybe Black Clover. He can be like, have little tears. But these four should be bawling right now, like crying heavy, like rivers, waterfalls, oceans. But yeah, that's that. Let me guys know your thoughts, opinions in the comment section down below. And is there anything else to say? Nope, there isn't. See you guys next one.